Over 75% of Mazda owners never discover half the features built into their cars. Features that could save you money on maintenance, improve your safety on the road, or make your Skyactiv engine run more efficiently. I've worked on Mazdas for over 15 years, and I constantly meet CX-5, Mazda 3, and Mazda 6 owners who have no idea their car can do half the things I'm about to show you. In this video, I'm revealing 21 hidden Mazda features that separate smart owners from everyone else. Some of these will save you trips to the dealership, others could prevent accidents, and a few are just plain clever engineering that Mazda doesn't advertise. Stick around because I've got 2 bonus Mazda-specific tricks at the end that even longtime Mazda enthusiasts don't know about. Skip them and you'll keep missing features you're already paying for. Let's get into it. Feature 17. Recirculation mode for cleaner cabin air. Your Mazda's air recirculation system that most owners never use correctly. Ever been stuck in traffic behind a diesel truck belching black smoke? That button on your climate control panel with a car icon and a circular arrow isn't just there for decoration. It's your Mazda's built-in air quality shield. Press that recirculation button and your climate system stops pulling in polluted outside air. Instead, it recirculates the already filtered air inside your cabin. This protects you from exhaust fumes, diesel smoke, construction dust, and even those random farm smells on rural roads. But here's what most Mazda owners don't know. Using recirculation mode can boost your AC performance by up to 20% in extreme heat. Your system cools down faster because it's recooling already cold cabin air instead of trying to cool hot outside air. This feature also extends your cabin air filter life significantly. Less contaminated air entering the system means less crud your filter has to catch. That cabin air filter replacement at the Mazda dealer costs $85 to $110. Use recirculation properly and you'll get an extra 5,000 to 10,000 miles from each filter. Here's when to use it. Heavy traffic, especially behind trucks or buses, driving through tunnels or areas with poor air quality, when you want maximum AC cooling on hot days, when passing roadkill or unpleasant odors. Here's when not to use it. In winter when trying to defog windows. Recirculation traps moisture inside and makes fogging worse. For long highway drives in fresh air. You want some outside air circulation to prevent CO2 buildup and drowsiness. Smart Mazda owners toggle this feature on and off based on conditions. It's not a set it and forget it button. Next, a key fob trick that sounds ridiculous but actually works. Feature 16. Key fob signal boost using your head. Your head can actually boost your Mazda key fob's range. Ever wandered around a crowded parking lot clicking your key fob desperately trying to locate your CX-5? Here's a strange trick that actually works. Hold your key fob against your skull, right against your temple or under your chin while pressing the button. Your effective range increases from about 30 feet to over 80 feet. No, I'm not making this up. The water content in your skull acts as a conductor for the electromagnetic waves your key fob transmits, amplifying the signal. Since your brain is roughly 75% water, it functions as an antenna extender. This works with all Mazda key fobs, whether you have the older style separate fob or the newer advanced keyless entry system. This trick is particularly useful in large parking structures, crowded mall lots, or anywhere you've forgotten exactly where you parked your Mazda 3 or Mazda 6. And while we're talking about key fobs, don't forget about the backup mechanical key hidden inside. On most Mazda fobs from 2010 forward, there's a small button or slide on the back. Press it and a metal key slides out. This is your emergency backup when your fob battery dies. That mechanical key opens your driver's door even with a completely dead fob battery. It's key fob inception, a key inside your key. Speaking of things hiding in plain sight, let's talk about your engine bay. Feature 15. Color-coded engine component. Mazda's hat tells you what's DIY safe. Pop your Mazda's hood and you'll notice certain components are brightly colored while others are black or gray. This isn't random aesthetic design. It's an intentional system to help you avoid expensive mistakes. Bright yellow caps mark components you can safely check and service yourself. On Skyactiv engines, the oil dipstick is always yellow. So is the windshield washer fluid reservoir. These are DIY friendly. Blue caps typically mark coolant. Your Mazda's coolant reservoir has a bright blue cap. You can check the level safely, but never open it when the engine is hot. Skyactiv engines run high compression and build serious cooling system pressure. Black or gray components are off limit. The engine block, electrical connectors, and sensors should be left to professionals unless you know exactly what you're doing. This color coding prevents disasters. I've seen Mazda owners accidentally put windshield washer fluid in the coolant reservoir because they didn't understand the system. That mistake cost $800 in cooling system flush and repairs. Stick to the brightly colored caps for DIY maintenance. If it's black or gray, leave it alone or bring it to a Mazda specialist who knows Skyactiv engine. Knowing this system saves you $50 to $80 every time you top off your own washer fluid instead of paying a dealer to do it. Next, a tiny feature at the gas pump that prevents expensive problems. Feature 14. Fuel cap holder. Hook the fuel cap holder that prevents expensive fuel system contamination. Next time you're fueling your Mazda, look at the inside of your fuel door. See that small hook or notch? That's designed to hold your fuel cap while you pump gas. Most Mazda owners let the cap dangle or rest it on the car's body. That seems harmless until you realize what's happening. The dangling cap collects road grime and dust. When you screw it back on, that contamination enters your fuel tank. Dirt in your fuel tank clogs fuel injectors and strains your fuel pump. I've seen Mazda 3 and CX-5 fuel pumps fail prematurely at 90,000 to 120,000 miles because owners consistently allowed contamination into the tank through careless fueling. Your Skyactiv engine uses direct injection with extremely precise fuel delivery. Contaminated fuel disrupts that precision, causing misfires, rough idle, and reduced fuel economy. Using that fuel cap holder takes 2 seconds and prevents a $1,200 fuel system cleaning or $800 fuel pump replacement. Also, never place your fuel cap on your car's roof or trunk. I've seen countless Mazda owners drive away with the cap still sitting up there, losing it permanently. A replacement genuine Mazda fuel cap costs $45 to $65 at the dealer. Use the hook every single time. Your fuel system will last longer. Next, a hidden emergency feature that could save you when your battery dies. Feature 13, low temperature warning. Snowflake, Mazda's low temperature warning system that predicts icy roads. That small snowflake icon that appears on your Mazda's dashboard isn't just telling you it's cold outside. It's warning you that road surfaces may be icy, even if the pavement looks dry. When outside temperature drops to 37 degrees Fahrenheit or below, that snowflake illuminates. This is Mazda's way of saying, black ice is possible. Drive carefully. Black ice forms at temperatures just below freezing when moisture on the road freezes into a nearly invisible layer. You can't see it, but your tires will find it instantly, sending your Mazda into a spin. According to NHTSA data, approximately 156,000 crashes happen annually due to icy road conditions. Many could be prevented if drivers paid attention to temperature warnings. When you see that snowflake on your Mazda 3, CX-5, or Mazda 6, reduce your speed by 10 to 15 miles per hour. Increase following distance to at least 6 seconds, and brake gently with extra anticipation. On some newer Mazda models from 2019 forward, the snowflake changes color as temperature drops further. It might start white or yellow, then turn orange or red as conditions become more dangerous. Don't ignore this simple warning. It's trying to prevent you from becoming a winter accident statistic. Next, a mirror feature that saves you from dangerous nighttime glare. Feature 12. Manual anti-glare rearview mirror. The manual anti-glare tab that most Mazda owners never flip. That small lever or tab at the bottom of your rearview mirror isn't decoration. It's a manual anti-glare feature that prevents you from being blinded by headlights behind you at night. When a vehicle behind you has bright headlights or high beams on, flip that tab down. Your mirror shifts to a different angle that reflects light towards your car's ceiling instead of directly into your eyes. The mirror dims slightly, but you can still see vehicles behind you without the painful glare that causes temporary blindness and eye strain. According to safety studies, approximately 14% of drivers over 65 avoid nighttime driving entirely because of headlight glare issues. Yet this simple mechanical solution has been standard in vehicles for decades. Newer Mazda models from 2016 forward often have auto-dimming rearview mirrors that do this electronically. Sensors detect bright light behind you and automatically darken the mirror using electrochromic technology. But if you have a base or mid-trim Mazda with a manual mirror, use that tab. Flip it down at night when headlights are bothering you. Then flip it back up during daytime driving for full brightness. This feature is standard on every Mazda 3, Mazda 6, CX-3, CX-5, CX-9, and CX-30 ever built. Yet I constantly meet owners who've never touched that tab. Learn to use it. Your eyes will thank you on long nighttime drives. Speaking of things hiding in plain sight, let's discuss secret storage. Feature 11. Hidden storage compartments in your Mazda that most owners never discover. Mazda builds clever storage into their vehicles, but they don't always point it out. Let me show you where these hidden spots are. Mazda 3-center console. Lift the armrest and open the main console. Most people stop there. But lift out the top tray and there's a deeper compartment below. Perfect for hiding valuable, important documents or items you don't want visible. Mazda 6 rear armrest. Fold down the center rear armrest. Inside the cup holder area, there's a small hidden pocket above the trunk pass-through. Great for garage door openers, sunglasses, or small essentials. CX-5 cargo area. Remove the cargo floor cover. Underneath, there's a full-size storage well. Many CX-5 owners go years without realizing this space exists. It's designed for emergency supplies, tools, or jumper cables. CX-9 third-row storage. Behind the third-row seats on each side, there are small hidden compartments built into the cargo area walls. Perfect for storing straps, emergency supplies, or items you want accessible but out of sight. Mazda 3 hatchback. On the left side of the cargo area, there's a small door that opens to reveal a hidden compartment. Mazda puts the first aid kit there, but you can store anything you want kept secure. These compartments serve two purposes. They keep your Mazda organized and clutter-free, and they hide valuables from potential thieves who don't know the compartments exist. Use these spaces. That's what they're designed for. Next, a remote feature that most Mazda owners don't know their key fob can do. Feature 10. Remote window control. Remote window control through your Mazda key fob. Ever wish you could cool down your Mazda before getting in on a blazing summer day? You can, and you've had this ability the whole time. On most Mazdas from 2014 forward with power windows, press and hold the unlock button on your key fob for about 3 seconds. Your windows will start rolling down automatically. If your Mazda has a sunroof, it opens too. This works on Mazda 3, Mazda 6, CX-3, CX-5, CX-9, and CX-30 models equipped with advanced keyless entry or smart key systems. To close the windows remotely, press and hold the lock button for 3 seconds. Windows and sunroof close automatically. Why does this matter? A Mazda parked in direct sunlight on a 90-degree Fahrenheit day can reach internal temperatures of 130 degrees Fahrenheit to 160 degrees Fahrenheit within 20 minutes. That's dangerously hot, especially for children or pets. By remotely lowering the windows before you get in, you ventilate the cabin and drop the temperature by 20 degrees Fahrenheit to 30 degrees Fahrenheit in just a couple of minutes. This feature also helps when your Mazda has been sitting in rain and humidity. Open the windows remotely for a few minutes to vent moisture and prevent that musty smell from developing. One limitation: this feature typically won't work if your Mazda's battery is low. The system draws significant power to operate all 4 window motors simultaneously, so it disables itself to preserve battery charge if voltage drops below a certain threshold. Test this feature today in your driveway. Stand 20 to 30 feet from your Mazda and try it. You'll be surprised how convenient it is once you start using it regularly. Next, a mirror that helps parents monitor backseat passengers. Feature 9. Conversation mirror in sun visor. The conversation mirror hiding in your sun visor. If you drive a CX-5, CX-9, or the discontinued Mazda 5 minivan, your vehicle might have a conversation mirror built into the sun visor. This wide-angle mirror lets you see backseat passengers without turning around. Flip down the driver's sun visor. You'll see a covered section that looks like it might be a vanity mirror. Open that cover, and you'll find a mirror angled specifically to show the back seats. This feature is incredibly useful for parents with children in car seats or booster seats. You can monitor kids without taking your eyes off the road or constantly adjusting your rearview mirror. The conversation mirror is standard on CX-9 Touring and Grand Touring trims from 2016 forward. It was also standard on all Mazda 5 models from 2012 to 2015 when that minivan was still sold in the US. Some CX-5 Grand Touring models have it as well, though it's not standard across all CX-5 trim. If your Mazda doesn't have a built-in conversation mirror, you can buy aftermarket clip-on versions for $12 to $20 on Amazon. They attach to your existing sun visor and provide similar functionality. Parents of young children consider this one of the most useful safety features in their Mazda. It eliminates the dangerous practice of turning around to check on kids while driving. Next, a simple dashboard indicator that prevents awkward gas station moments. Feature 7. Fuel tank location arrow. The fuel tank side indicator arrow on your dashboard. This feature is so simple you'll wonder how you missed it. Look at your Mazda's fuel gauge. Right next to the gas pump icon, there's a tiny arrow pointing left or right. That arrow indicates which side of your Mazda the fuel door is located on. On most Mazdas, it's on the left driver's side, and the the arrow points left. This seems unnecessary until you're driving a rental Mazda, borrowing someone's CX-5, or just bought a new Mazda and haven't memorized which side the fuel door's on. Pull into a gas station, glance at your dashboard, and you instantly know which side of the pump to approach. No more pulling up to the wrong side and having to awkwardly maneuver to the correct side while other drivers wait impatiently. This arrow has been standard on Mazda fuel gauges since the mid-1990s, yet surveys show approximately 60% of drivers have never noticed it. Check your Mazda's dashboard right now. You'll see the arrow and you'll never approach a gas pump from the wrong side again. It's a small detail, but it's the kind of thoughtful design that makes Mazda ownership easier. Next, a feature that prevents underinflated tires without any guesswork. Feature 7. Tire Pressure Monitoring System. Your Mazda's tire pressure monitoring system and how to reset it yourself. Every Mazda built after 2008 has TPMS, which monitors air pressure in all 4 tires. When pressure drops below Mazda's specification, a warning light illuminates on your dashboard. But here's what most Mazda owners don't know. After filling your tires to correct pressure, you often need to manually reset the TPMS, so it recalibrates to the new pressure levels. Here's how to reset TPMS on most Mazdas. Turn your ignition to the on position without starting the engine. Press and hold the TPMS reset button until the light blinks 3 times. The button is usually located under the dashboard. Release the button, start the engine, and drive for 5 to 10 minutes at speeds above 15 miles per hour. The system recalibrates automatically. On newer Mazdas from 2019 forward with the Mazda Connect infotainment system, you can reset TPMS through the settings menu. Go to settings greater than vehicle greater than TPMS greater than set. Why does this matter? Many Mazda owners see the TPMS light, fill their tires, but the light stays on because they never reset the system. They then pay a dealership $60 to $80 to reset it when they could have done it themselves in 30 seconds. Feature 6. Adjustable Rain Sensing Wiper Sensitivity. Adjustable rain sensing wiper sensitivity that most Mazda owners never customize. Your Mazda's automatic wipers use an optical sensor on the windshield to detect rainfall. Most owners don't realize you can adjust the sensitivity. Move your wiper stalk to auto, then rotate the sensitivity dial on the stalk itself. Rotating up increases sensitivity for light rain. Rotating down decreases sensitivity for heavier rainfall only. This feature is standard on Mazda 3 Premium and Select trim, Mazda 6 Touring and above, and CX-5, CX-9, and CX-30. Select trims from 2017 forward. If your wipers seem too sensitive or not sensitive enough, adjust the dial and test different settings. Also, keep the sensor area behind your rearview mirror clean. Dirt or bug splatter confuses the sensor and causes erratic behavior. Next, a safety feature that warns you when you're getting drowsy. Feature 5. Driver Attention Alert. Mazda's driver attention alert that warns you before you fall asleep at the wheel. This system monitors your driving behavior for signs of drowsiness. It's standard on most 2019 and newer Mazda 3, Mazda 6, CX-30, CX-5, and CX-9 model. The system tracks your steering input. Alert drivers make frequent small corrections to maintain lane position. Drowsy drivers make larger, less frequent corrections with sloppy patterns. If Driver Attention Alert detects fatigue, it displays a coffee cup icon on your dashboard with "Please take a break." Some models add an audible chime. Drowsy driving causes approximately 100,000 crashes and 1,550 deaths annually in the US. This system interrupts drowsiness before you crash. The system works best on highways above 40 miles per hour. It doesn't function well in stop-and-go city traffic. It resets every time you start your Mazda to learn your baseline driving behavior. If you see that coffee cup warning, take it seriously. Pull over, stretch, splash water on your face, drink caffeine, or take a 15-minute power nap. Your Mazda is trying to keep you alive. Listen to it. Next, a hidden tire inflation feature that makes filling tires effortless. Feature 4. Easy Fill Tire Alert. Mazda's Easy Fill Tire Alert system that tells you when tire pressure is perfect. This feature is available on select CX-5, CX-9, and Mazda 6 models, particularly higher trims. Park your Mazda, turn the ignition to on without starting the engine, and set the parking brake. Start adding air to a tire. As you fill, your exterior lights flash to show the system is monitoring. When the tire reaches correct PSI, your Mazda honks once. If you overinflate, the horn honks again and hazard lights flash. This eliminates the need for separate tire pressure gauges. Your Mazda becomes its own gauge. Up to 90% of drivers underinflate their tire, causing 3% to 5% worse fuel economy and accelerated tire wear. Proper pressure can extend tire life by 10,000 to 15,000 miles. Check your owner's manual to see if your Mazda has this feature. If not, buy a quality digital tire pressure gauge for $15 to $25 and check tires monthly. Feature number 3, remote engine. Start. If your Mazda has remote start, there's no dedicated button. You trigger it through a button sequence. For most 2016 and newer Mazdas with remote start, press lock once. Within 5 seconds, press lock again and hold for 3 seconds until parking lights flash twice. Your engine starts and runs for 10 minutes before shutting off automatically. This feature comes standard on many CX-5 Grand Touring and Signature trims, CX-9 Touring and above, Mazda 3 Premium trims, and Mazda 6 Grand Touring and above. Remote start helps in cold weather by letting oil circulate before driving, reducing startup wear. In summer, it cools the cabin before you enter. Your Mazda must be locked in park and have at least half a tank of fuel for remote start to work. Weak key fob batteries reduce range dramatically. Replace your fob battery annually. Remote start works from 80 to 150 feet depending on obstacles. Test it in your driveway before using it in parking lots. Feature 2. Automatic headlight leveling. Your Mazda's headlights automatically adjust up or down based on vehicle load. When you load cargo or passengers in the back, your rear end drops slightly. The headlights automatically angle downward to maintain proper beam pattern instead of blinding oncoming drivers. Suspension sensors detect weight changes and adjust the headlights automatically. This feature is standard on CX-5 Touring and above, all CX-9 trims, and Mazda 6 Grand Touring models from 2016 forward with LED headlights. If your headlights aim incorrectly after loading heavy cargo, park on level ground and turn the ignition on. The system should auto-calibrate within 10 seconds. If it doesn't, your dealer can reset calibration for about $50. Feature 1. Traffic sign recognition with infrared. The CX-9 Signature and CX-90 Turbo S models have advanced camera systems that read road signs in low-light conditions using infrared technology. The forward-facing camera behind your rearview mirror uses infrared sensitivity to detect reflective road signs and markings when headlights alone aren't enough. The system displays speed limits, stop signs, and yield signs on your heads-up display or gauge cluster. Your CX-9 or CX-90 can read speed limit signs in foggy nights, heavy rain, or poorly lit rural roads where you might miss them. The system isn't perfect. It can misread damaged signs or signs obscured by tree branches, but it warns you when you're exceeding posted limits or approaching stop signs you didn't see. If you drive a CX-9 Signature or CX-90 with this system, make sure traffic sign recognition is enabled in your Mazda Connect settings menu. How many of these features did you already know about in your Mazda? My guess is you learned at least 5 to 7 new capabilities today. Here's the truth. Mazda builds exceptional engineering and thoughtful features into every vehicle, but they don't always explain these features clearly during the sales process or in the owner's manual. That's why so many CX-5, Mazda 3, and Mazda 6 owners drive their cars for years without discovering half of what their Skyactive-powered Mazda can actually do. Take some time this weekend to explore your own Mazda. Sit in the driver's seat and go through the menus on your Mazda Connect system. Flip through your owner's manual. Try the features I've shown you today. You've already paid for these capabilities. Don't leave them sitting unused just because Mazda didn't make them obvious.